On that fateful summer afternoon, a towering wall of dust suddenly surged out of the desert, advancing straight into Arizona. It moved like a living cliff, swallowing highways, neighborhoods, and even massive stadiums. Daylight collapsed almost instantly, giving way to a copper-red sky, dark and suffocating like a deadly twilight. Within just minutes, the skies over Phoenix completely transformed. From sweltering heat and haze, the atmosphere turned ominous and opaque. A colossal haboob dust storm roared out of Pinal County, carried by the violent outflow of southern thunderstorms. Curtains of sand, hundreds of meters high, were whipped into the air, forming an overwhelming tide of dust. Winds howled with terrifying force, strong enough to rattle windows, uproot trees, and force dust deep into every gap around doors and vents. Drivers on Interstates I-10 and I-17 were forced to slam on their brakes. Visibility plummeted from miles to only a few feet ahead. Some motorists pulled fully to the shoulder, turned off their lights, and followed the safety rule. Pull aside, turn off, stay alive. Others, however, crept forward blindly, hazard lights flashing uselessly in the chaos. At Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, the runways and terminals disappeared behind the dense wall of dust. Sand blasted across the tarmac with a burnt, acrid smell, forcing ground crews to evacuate. Departures were halted, arrivals were diverted, and the entire flight schedule unraveled. From Tempe to Mesa, Chandler, and Gilbert, residents faced the storm head-on. The air turned thick with the smell of earth, every breath filled with grit. What began as a hot, dry pressure wave was followed by violent gusts that sent palm fronds, street signs, and patio furniture skittering wildly down alleys. Power failures spread rapidly. Traffic signals went dark one by one as high winds snapped power lines. Entire neighborhoods were plunged into blackout. At first, people stepped outside to film the ominous horizon, but minutes later, they rushed back indoors as the gust front slammed into their streets. Porch lights became faint halos, fading quickly into the choking haze. Inside homes, air filters clogged within hours. The grinding rasp of airborne sand invaded every room, echoing like a relentless machine. Outside, the city resembled a moving desert, as even front steps and sidewalks vanished under fine powder. Emergency alerts shrieked across phones. Visibility may drop below a quarter mile. Pull over immediately. Police, firefighters, and ambulances staged along major intersections, preparing for inevitable pileups as impatient drivers risked moving through zero visibility zones. On social media, shocking time-lapse videos went viral. Arizona State University's Mountain America Stadium vanished in seconds, as if a massive curtain had fallen from the sky. Wind gusts neared hurricane strength, powerful enough to shove trucks sideways, strip paint from vehicles, and force rescue crews to clear fallen trees blocking lanes. When the first wave of dust passed, trailing edges of the storm triggered scattered thunderstorms. Heavy rain mixed with airborne sand, turning entire streets into thick, muddy sludge. The scene resembled the end of the world. Day turned into night in an instant. Even in a desert state like Arizona, where extreme weather is part of life, residents were shaken by the sheer ferocity of nature. That day, the haboob storm served as a chilling reminder. In just a matter of minutes, the desert can rise and consume an entire modern city.
The world changing Disasters are no longer rare, they are reality. You cannot predict the next earthquake, flood, or wildfire, but you can choose how ready you are. This channel isn't just here to inform, it's here to wake people up before it's too late. So if you're watching this now, take it as a sign. Don't just scroll, don't just watch. Subscribe, learn, and prepare, because awareness isn't fear, it's power.